Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Timeless Sunset Tarot. Now, this is a general reading and it is open to all zodiac signs. So, just take what resonates with you. And because it is timeless, anytime you find yourself watching this video, that's the best time for you. Now, let us try to see what is the main energy of the day. You are a little bit guarded today. We have here the Nine of Wands. Okay. You see here, this is a warrior who has been wounded and is already in the process of healing. So maybe in the recent past you encountered a certain challenge and somehow maybe if it is a relationship, maybe the trust might have been affected, and so you are a little bit guarded right now. So in a certain sense, maybe whatever situation you have been, you were hurt in one way or another, and so you are a little bit guarded. You see, he placed a lot of wands to cover him, to protect him, but at the same time he's also holding another wand. So he's in a certain sense also you are already a veteran, because you know how to defend yourself, you know how to create the wall, and you know how to use the wand. But in a certain sense also it has affected your self-confidence, because you are a little bit, you see him the way he's looking, he's a little bit guarded. So there is a sense of insecurity in a certain sense. So maybe at this time you have that kind of energy of a little bit insecure, as if for one moment you have been overpowered, but you still have the fighting spirit, you're still willing to fight, but at the same time also your self-confidence has been affected a little. So you are in the process of healing. The healing is not only in the physical sense, but also in the emotional and maybe mental also, because the way he looks seems to be a little bit emotionally affected, like there is a little element of fear, and yes, the mental strain, also a little of anxiety. So you try to see which of these kind of energies are present. It's good to be aware of them. For example, you become aware that you are anxious. At the same time, you are aware of maybe a little bit of fear. Usually, the first part of healing is when you are aware of the symptoms, because when you are aware of the symptoms, it leads to awareness of the reason or the cause of the symptoms. And sooner or later, when you know the cause and the reason for the symptoms, you will somehow have an idea of what kind of approach you can do so that you can find your way towards healing. So this is already a first step towards healing. You have been wounded, but now that you have a time, because you have already created a barrier, you have a good boundary at this time. This is a good opportunity for you to find your way towards healing. You did the right thing to have good boundaries. To have good boundaries gives you a safe space, a quiet space to allow you to slow down, to allow you to reassess your situation, and to allow you to find ways to move towards healing again. So you are in the right approach. This is just part of the stages, so it's okay if you feel insecure, like a little bit, also with a little bit of fear. It's okay. It's part at this time, this is what you need. And once you become aware of what, of the, for example, a feeling of insecurity and everything, it's already a first step towards healing. So just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. Go with the process, and sooner or later things will get better. Everything passes. All experiences, good or bad, they are not permanent. The only thing that is permanent is change. So if it's a difficult moment, they don't last. It will soon pass away. Now let's try to see how this will develop further. Okay, you see, it will lead to maturity and completion. Uh, the Two of Cups shows, you see, both of them are already stable. This can symbolize a balance between the feminine and masculine part of you. So the masculine part is the one who is confident, assertive. Sometimes, if you need aggressive, also sometimes is there when you need to defend yourself. But then sooner or later, the aggressivity will slow down once you have attained that balance. You see here, he's guarded, but here the people are already at peace. So, for some of you, this experience will lead to maturity and balance. And you see here, the snakes, they symbolize healing. So, yeah, you just be patient, and sooner or later, you will find healing from the situation you are in and regain a certain balance. Like the feminine and the masculine symbolizes balance. So, it's not only this, but balance in other things. And then you see here, the cup can symbolize also your heart, which seems to be stable now. So sooner or later, this will pass and things will get better. Now, if this is an emotional relation, or if this is a relationship, whether it be friendship or romantic or family membership, or relationship with family members, or even work relationship with colleagues, well, there will this card can symbolize that the relationship will get better, or a better relationship will come. So these are two possibilities. If this was a relationship and it is painful right now, the possibility is it will get better, or a better relationship will come. Okay, so this is what we can see. Now, what is the advice of the universe for us? See, we have here the Page of Pentacles. It can be somebody who can be related to this card, like, for example, a new person who is interested with you. Well, you are a veteran. When you are a veteran, even if you have that fear or that guardedness, there's a certain aura of experience that you emit to the environment. People know that you are not just an ordinary person who is naive of all event. No, you will exude a certain sense of wisdom, a certain sense of experience, a certain sense of understanding of the understanding of life, maybe even a certain sense of compassion, especially to those who are undergoing the same experience you've undergone. And because of these beautiful characteristics or beautiful energy, it's normal for you to attract other people. So the Page of Pentacles can symbolize somebody who is attracted to the beauty that emanates from within you because of your life experiences. And so this person is curious and trying to learn more about you. Sometimes they describe the Page of Wands as somebody who spies on you, maybe using the internet, trying to get to know more about you. When a person is interested in somebody, they usually try to know more as much as they can about the person they are interested with. So it's just normal that they will be curious, no? But yeah, this is good that you have good boundaries somehow. It protects you and allows you also to look at the new person objectively. Now, it can be also your energy when you are starting new interests also will come. As you leave behind this painful situation, usually the universe will give you a new interest, something that will inspire you to nurture yourself and allow you also to move on. Okay, so oftentimes, after the painful situation, you undergo a process of healing, and oftentimes you realize, I need to nurture myself. Usually, you realize that you need to nurture yourself, and because you need to nurture yourself, you start working on your health, you start working on your emotional health, mental health, physical health. So you start to do other activities, and sooner or later you get inspired to do something that you really like. And once you do that, you start to have that energy of the Page of Pentacles, somebody who's interested to stabilize his life. So maybe you will enter into a new exercise regimen, a new hobby. Some of you might have a new career or a new activity that opens you up to new people, to meeting new people. So these things, and then you suddenly become on fire again, like the Page of Wands. So oftentimes with the card of the Page of Wands, this symbolizes you learning something new. And learning this something new is something that you really like to do. Okay, so it's something like that. So this is part of the process of healing after a painful situation. So that is what we have for our tarot reading. Let us now go to the second part, which is Insights at Twilight. For our Insights at Twilight, the message is from Eckhart Tolle, and it is: you find peace not by rearranging the circumstance of your life, but by realizing who you are at the deepest level. In a certain sense, this is partly true, and the first phrase is also partly true, because our exterior world and our inner world are interrelated. And when we are aware of that, okay, when we are aware of that is also knowledge of who we are and knowledge of our reality. So the message here, it emphasizes on the knowledge of who we are, knowing who we truly are from deep within. That means you are really very much in touch with your inner world. The first part of the sentence, which is you find peace not by rearranging the circumstances of your life. This is your exterior world. The second part, which is by realizing who you are at the deepest level, this is your inner world. So this phrase speaks of two levels. Now, oftentimes, when things are not going well in the exterior world, you try to solve only the exterior part. And I think this is the wisdom behind this message. You need to address also your inner world. Actually, if you address both worlds, then it will be, I feel for me personally, will be the right thing. Because if you look at it, for example, your exterior world is beyond your control at this time. So many things are happening in the exterior world and you cannot control it. Now, because the exterior world is interrelated to the inner world, what you do is you try to change your inner disposition. When you change your inner disposition, like for example, you attain peace within. For example, you see the situation that is a little bit chaotic. So you try to control your inner world, your inner disposition by saying, okay, there are two things I need to consider in this chaotic situation. Things I can handle and things that are beyond my control. Now, I cannot do anything about things beyond my control. So I'll just entrust it to the divine, to the universe. Okay, you kneel down and pray and entrust it to the universe. Now, what I can do is to concentrate on the things I can control. Once you do that, you create peace within. And sooner or later, that peace within will be a cup that is overflowing and the situation will be solved. That's why in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, one of the things they promote is proactivity. And in proactivity, we concentrate on the things that we can change, which is within our control. And we do not give attention to the things that are beyond our control. You entrust it to the universe. Sooner or later, the things that you can control will slowly expand. And sooner or later, the situation will get better. So somehow this is the message. This is quite parallel with the message of this, the one that we are reading right now. So it means if you change your inner world and provide peace within, sooner or later there will be peace in the exterior world. Now, sometimes it's the other way around. That's why I am saying this is partly true, because you can also use the exterior environment to bring peace into your inner world. When you think of that, the first part can also be a solution to the inner part. So sometimes, somehow, this message is when the exterior world is a little bit chaotic, you bring peace in the inner world, and sooner or later, even the exterior world will become peaceful. Now, if it is the other way around, for example, you have a lot of anxieties, a lot of emotional turmoil within you, and it's difficult for you to bring peace within. So you do something in the exterior world that is peaceful and calm and a little bit organized, that is different from what is causing your anxiety and causing you turmoil. So, for example, you do gardening. The gardening is something regular, something peaceful. You are amidst plants. No, this is just one of the possible example. You can do other activities similar to gardening, something that is peaceful, something that is you don't have to think, but at the same time, the environment is peaceful. So you bring yourself in a peaceful environment. You do a certain activity that is not chaotic, something that is orderly, something sometimes even mundane, like for example cleaning your room, for cleaning your bed, cleaning your table. After the process of cleaning, sooner or later it also clears your mind. And then when you have already a very clean atmosphere, or a very clean garden, a very clean room, very clean office, you start to feel better. And even this peace or this cleanness in your surroundings will overflow into your inner world. And sooner or later, you also find peace within. So it's a two-way process. If the inner world is in turmoil, bring peace in your exterior world and it will overflow to the inner world. If the outer world is chaotic, do try to do some cleaning in your inner world, or do something that will bring peace to your inner world, and sooner or later the peace in the inner world will overflow to your exterior world. So this is what I would like to share to you with regards to the insights at twilight. The inner and exterior world are interrelated, and when one part of these two worlds is affected, try to make changes in the opposite part, and it will overflow to the one that you need to give attention to. If, for example, it's the exterior world that is chaotic, bring peace to your inner world. And if the inner world is chaotic, bring peace to your exterior world. Now, this is just one of the approaches. There are many approaches to do so. But for today, I feel this is what I am inspired to share with you. That both worlds are interrelated, and yes, there is wisdom in this message. This is to bring peace in your exterior chaotic world by bringing peace within. What I would like to add is that you can also bring peace to a chaotic inner world by doing the opposite, which is bringing order in your exterior world. Well, that's it for today. I hope you were able to gain some insights in our Timeless Sunset Tarot. I hope to see you again soon. Thank you for the likes and comments and the subscriptions you've given to the channel. God bless.